This video is about PCOS hormone imbalance in the context of weight loss. Now, I won't be covering other non-weight loss related PCOS hormone imbalance issues, as there are plenty of videos covering those. Weight loss is hard for women with PCOS, and the root reason is there's a big difference in the resting or basal metabolic rate, BMR, of women with and without PCOS at similar BMI and age. Women with PCOS who are not insulin resistant can have up to 15% lower BMR, and those with PCOS and insulin resistance can have up to a 40% lower BMR. Now that's a huge difference. In this video, we're digging into the causes, symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment for your lowered metabolic rate to help with weight loss. Hi, Lucy here, nutritionist at CoachViva.com, the place for analytical thinkers who refuse to hide from the facts or cave to excuses. If that's you, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be notified every week of new science-backed and practical videos to help you lose weight on your terms. Also, heads up, a few spots have opened up for the free one-on-one consult for our Badass Body Boss program. So stick around until the end for the announcement on that. Now let's get started.
Let's start with the causes. Researchers don't exactly know the reasons, but here are some of their hypotheses as to why women with PCOS have a lower metabolic rate. First, lack of regular ovulation and periods. A regular menstrual cycle burns a lot of calories in its cycle, and if yours is irregular or doesn't happen monthly, then it lowers your metabolic rate. In fact, this same condition has been seen in women athletes who have lost their periods due to intense long-duration exercise, as well as in postmenopausal women. Second hypothesis is in utero adaptation to an environment of low energy by increasing your biological propensity for body fat storage. Third hypothesis is women with PCOS's increased propensity to having leaky gut and food sensitivities. This causes chronic low-grade inflammation, which then drops your body's metabolic rate. Fourth hypothesis is increased chance of insulin resistance and its consequences. How? When you eat a meal, carbs in the meal get broken down into glucose, which gets absorbed into your bloodstream. This glucose spike in your bloodstream causes your body to release insulin. When the insulin receptors on your cells detect a certain level of insulin, they open up to accept the glucose and other nutrients, which either get used immediately for their cellular functions, or if there is extra, stored as fat or glycogen. As the glucose level in your bloodstream drops, so does your insulin level. PCOS women with insulin resistance are shown to have a higher threshold of opening up to accept nutrients. This means there is more of a buildup of glucose and therefore of insulin in your bloodstream until the higher threshold is met. If this buildup is deemed to be too much, your body simply stores it all as fat. But this means your cells, which actually do need the nutrients but didn't open up because of the threshold not being met, are starving for nutrients. But when your cells are starving, your body pumps up your hunger hormones to push you to get instant energy, which are, you guessed it, carbs. So you go and eat a nice meal of carbs, and this carb-heavy meal floods your bloodstream with more glucose, which triggers more insulin, and this bombardment further ups the threshold at which your cells will open up for nutrients. This is what's called insulin resistance. Now begin the cascading consequences. At the part where your body pushes you to eat for instant energy, you probably eat not just carbs, but also a whole lot more calories than is needed for maintenance because you are so hungry. This overage in calories causes weight gain. And when you gain weight, two things happen. First, leptin levels lower, which triggers appetite to increase, thus lowering satiety after meals, and metabolism to slow, as if your body is starving, feeding back further into weight gain. Second, weight gain is associated with increased inflammation in the body, which, as I mentioned earlier, disrupts normal cellular functioning, thus further slowing down metabolism and worsening insulin resistance. Inflammation can also cause leaky gut, which is the condition where your intestine leaks food particles into your bloodstream and thus further worsens inflammation. Separately, if you're someone who tends to be chronically stressed, then that worsens inflammation as well. And for many of us, food is a self-soothing mechanism when stressed, which often leads to eating more calories than we need. So when you put all these hypotheses together, you can see why women with PCOS can have a 15 to 40% lower metabolic rate than women without PCOS.
Now let's talk about symptoms or trends you'll see in your weight loss as a woman with PCOS. Your body is highly prone to water and glycogen retention, which creates two trends. First, after the first few weeks of trying to lose weight, you'll find that you drop inches a lot more often than weight week to week. This is why it's especially important for you to be measuring your body in addition to checking the scale. Second, your weight graph trends to look like gain, to plateau, to lose a bunch suddenly, and repeat. Persistence and perseverance is especially important in your case as a result. Furthermore, since women with PCOS are found to be in a low-grade chronic inflammation state more frequently, any additional stress and lack of sleep will more quickly cause a farther drop in your metabolic rate, thus triggering a plateau sooner compared to the same lack of sleep and stress for women without PCOS. This is why when you're getting your PCOS diagnosed, it is important to not only get a yes or no answer, but also, one, get a full panel of blood and urine tests. You can figure out what mineral imbalances you have. As you fix those mineral imbalances, you'll also lower inflammation and thus your metabolic rate. Check out this video for a detailed breakdown on how to do the diagnosis and figure out which supplements can help you. Second, get food allergies and sensitivities tested and also perform at-home nutrition experiments. For example, if you get skin condition or digestive issues weekly, this contributes to your low-grade inflammation and thus lowers your metabolic rate. Third, and this is very specialized, you could also get tested to see if you have insulin resistance. 7 in 10 women with PCOS have insulin resistance.
What is the treatment you should follow for effective weight loss? Going back to the diagram of causes, you'll notice that there are 4 things under your control while all other factors are byproducts. These 4 things are the ones you want to focus on. And here's the order in which we have seen things work. First, create a 10 to 15% calorie deficit. This could be by directly calorie counting, doing intermittent fasting, following a food group control diet like keto, etc., or whatever method you wish. Second, keep up with a 7-day weight and body measurements check-in. If you lose weight or inches, you're making progress. If you hit plateaus, check out this video on how to break them. Third, if you're experiencing digestive or skin issues or your food tests showed sensitivities, then you want to make sure to reduce or eliminate these foods. Fourth, fix any mineral imbalances that came out of your urine and blood tests. And lastly, make sure you're getting an amazing 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night and aren't in chronic emotional or mental stress as much as possible. Altogether, this will push up your metabolic rate as much as possible and thus greatly aid your weight loss efforts.
And if you want my help working through all of this, check out our Badass Body Boss program. This program is built for you if 1, you value learning in depth the science and psychology behind the entire process, and 2, believe that weight loss need not be so complicated, and that each method out there works for someone at some stage, and that you just need a clear path of finding your methods for your stage. And 3, are excited by the idea of working in a collaborative fashion with us to build your customized, sustainable roadmap to lifelong success. If that's you, good news, a few spots have opened up for a free one-on-one consultation with us. Note, this is not a coaching call, and that booking a call does not guarantee you'll be admitted into our program. So if you're serious, click on the link in the description below and book a one-on-one consult for our Badass Body Boss program. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, be sure to subscribe or follow us on Instagram, and share this video with whoever else you feel could use this information. And be sure to check out these 2 videos to learn more about how to lose fat and gain muscle like a body boss. You can do it.